that old house. I was real young when I left that old house. All the fun we shared in that old house. The great big yard, the small candy store around the corner from that old house. That old house, that old house. Please help me locate that old house. Detective, help me if you can, cause I will ask again. Just get me to the porch of that old house. I'm telling you, a piece of me in memory is still living fully right in that very old house. That old house, that old house. Man, man, that old house. I'm telling you, a piece of me in memory is still roaming freely right in that very old house. In that old house, mama cooked on an old stove. But is it still there? I sure like to know. But what you don't know is what I give to once more again. Tipped on the old wood floor of that old house. That old house in the neighborhood has stood. No, I don't recall it like one really should. And old school records and directories did me no good to trace me back to that old house. Right in that very old house, I first heard the story of God. And right in that very old house, I got a big from Grandma Bear hug. That is why a piece of me in memory is still residing in me, right in the den of that old house. In that old house, this has been some years since I left that old house, and some cheers still in that old house, and holiday memories overtake me when we always set our tree, and the old floor furnace in that old house. That old house, that old house. How can I visit once more that old house? Detective, I beg of you again to do what you can. I like a hound track down that old house. I'm telling you, a piece of me in memory is still dwelling fully right at the front and back door of that old house. Oh, and you guys, this is based on a true story. I'm trying to find that old house still.